Hello, I'm CBS News' Jim Williams with your CBS On the Go. President Donald Trump's escalating trade war is prompting Chicago city leaders to fly to China on Monday, including Mayor Rahm Emanuel. The mayor is concerned about a new plant being built on Chicago's South Side. Chinese company CRRC is set to build new rail cars for the CTA at this $100 million site. That would mean more than 300 construction and factory jobs, but new tariffs could add to the cost, resulting in fewer jobs or a decision to produce the rail cars elsewhere. President Trump imposed new tariffs on $34 billion worth of Chinese goods last week. That jumps to $50 billion in the next 2 weeks.
And I'm meteorologist Robb Ellis with a look at your forecast. If you're traveling the Midwest, that's the place to be. Is clear skies, high pressure, remain in control. It's really nothing much that's changed. A few showers farther to the south, and we're watching Tropical Storm Chris off the east coast. Outside of that, it's a pretty nice forecast with temperatures very close to where they should be for the middle of summer. You kind of expect these numbers. 90s for much of the south, all the way up into the northern plains. 87 for Cleveland and 88 in New York. As far as our forecast for Chicago, well, here's what we're expecting. And temperatures near 90 or upper 80s, depending on which day you look at. Mostly sunny skies. We'll call it partly cloudy for Tuesday, but we keep the sunshine in place, at least for most days. A chance for isolated storms won't return until the end of the week.
On the Health Watch, more and more young adults cannot serve in the nation's military because they're deemed physically unfit. 1 of 3 Americans ages 17 to 24 do not qualify for military service, and the military estimates that 10% of soldiers are overweight. As CBS 2's Molengi tells us, that's shrinking the recruitment pool.
1 out of every 3 young adults is overweight or obese in the U.S. It's a health epidemic that's now affecting the U.S. military.
Since the military tends to recruit from that population, specifically the 17 to 24-year-olds, it's starting to impact our recruitment pool.
Retired Lieutenant General Thomas Spohr insists while America's obesity problem is not as drastic among U.S. troops, it is still weighing them down.
The percent of overweight soldiers, service members, about 8 to 10%. Typically, and that's a problem for the military.
A national security problem, according to Spear.
Does this make us less safe? Does it make the military less ready?
It does. This is part of a trend that if it continues, we will be unable to recruit the number of people we need for our military.
The Army recently deployed a new exam called the Occupational Physical Assessment Test, or OPAT. It's administered before a recruit ships out to basic training and measures their physical fitness.
We had a significant increase in musculoskeletal injuries in folks that weren't able to actually execute some of the physical demands of certain types of professions.
The OPAT is in addition to the Army's minimum physical standards.
We require the American military to be fit. It's one of the qualities that we value, and it's one of the things that makes us different from the other militaries in the world. You know, we could talk about lowering the standards, but we wouldn't like the military that would emerge from lowered standards.
But they acknowledge more needs to be done to combat the problem.
This is a reflection of American society as a whole, and so it's something we're going to have to deal with.
From better overall nutrition to increased focus on physical and health education in schools and greater community awareness and involvement, Army Strong starts with healthy recruits. Molengi, CBS News, Washington.
For the latest headlines day or night, head to cbschicago.com. I'm Jim Williams. Have a great day.